So in this video, I want to go over why I still, till this day, with not really needing to, and I humbly say that, but why is it that I still lead from the front? Why is it that I still make it a goal to do my best to be number one year after year, month after month? Why am I still grinding? Like, why the hell am I still doing this? In case you're new to the channel, my name is Michael Sampson, Vice President of Inside Sales for a company called Knock Canada. We're actually the largest reseller of telecommunications and home security services in Canada. And I've been lucky enough, I've been blessed, I've been fortunate enough to actually be the #1 decisionary coach, remote closer in my niche, in my industry for the past 5+ years. And the reason why I still haven't taken my foot off the gas is because I'm a huge believer to my core in leading from the front, leading with example and judging by results. Huge believer in that, and here's why. Number one, the first thing I absolutely hate is when somebody tells me, okay, let's say my goal is to get big and strong in the gym. That individual goes and tells me, Mike, you need to do this and this, you need to eat this and this, you need to train X amount of times a week. And then you look at this guy or girl, and respectfully, they look the complete opposite of what they're trying to tell you to do. So this is just how I am. I'm gonna be raw, I'm gonna be authentic. The first thing that goes on in my mind is, what the fuck's this person telling me? Like, this is obviously bullshit, because if it worked, why aren't you taking your own advice and doing it? Why aren't you an example of the message you're trying to live? Why aren't you an example of the message you're trying to give? Like, it doesn't, I'm literally speechless when I see that. And my biggest pet peeve, and this happens a lot in sales, is people will reach a certain level of leadership. They'll get put in a role that exemplifies leadership, whatever bullshit name you want to call it, an executive, a sales manager, a regional, blah, 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 blah. Bottom line, they have this fancy ass title now. And now they're walking with their chest out. They think they're the man, the woman. They have all this title, all of these quote unquote accolades, but they stopped doing what got them into the place where they're at today. And I don't know if it's just a fault of my thinking. I don't know if you guys can relate to this. I don't know, leave some comments below and let me know your honest thoughts of this. But when I see that, it just says there's a misalignment. They're misaligned. You know, it just doesn't make sense. And John C. Maxwell has the most beautiful quote about this. And I'm gonna butcher this, but it goes something along the lines of a tour guide agent versus a travel guide agent, leadership style. So if you're a travel agent leader, what does that mean? Think about it. And this is outdated stuff. I don't think we use travel agents anymore. But for those that are old enough to recognize or remember what a travel agent was, you go to a physical location, you let them know, hey, I would like to go to Dubai. What's that travel agent's job? That travel agent's job is to find your flight, find your hotel, maybe find a couple of activities for you to do, take your money and say, hey, have fun, fly over there, check it out, let me know how it is, and come back and let me know how it goes. Okay. See, in sales and leadership, you don't want to be a travel agent. You want to be a fucking tour guide. Now flip that script. Let's imagine what a tour guide does. A tour guide will say, all right, bring your ass to Dubai. When you're here, I'm picking you up at the airport. I'm gonna bring you to the beach. I'm gonna bring you to this event, this event, this event. He or she is in the trenches with you. They're showing you exactly what's going on. They know the way, they go the way, and they will show you the way. And it's the same thing when you're leading in sales, same thing when you're leading in business. Again, I'm just a huge believer that you actively have to be in the trenches. You have to be getting your hand dirty, because I just hate hypocritical leaders. I hate people that are going to say, hey, Mike, go make 2,000 calls and I'm just going to sit home and collect checks while every time you sell, I'm making a piece of the commission. Don't be that person. Be the person where you'll actually go out, get your hands dirty, and show your team that you really like that. Show your team that you know what it is that you're talking about. What you're training on is legitimate information. That's one of the most exciting things for me to do is take a new representative that's never done remote sales, and I say, bro, today, or girl, or whatever, whoever I'm training, hey, today you're gonna sit down and you're gonna watch me make this happen. Just take notes, listen to what I say, listen to my pitch, follow me. After 1 hour, hopefully make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sales within that 1 hour span. And it builds that new representative's belief in the company. It builds that new rep's belief in the product or service. It builds that new rep's belief in you. Because at the end of the day, if that representative doesn't believe in the leader, most likely he or she isn't going to stay and stick around for a long duration of time to really achieve a good amount of success in this industry and really maximize their potential to see how great they could really become in doing this thing. So moral of the conversation, take it or leave it. Do not be a hypocritical leader. Do not be that person that's going to say, bro, go close 3 deals, go make 500 calls, go do this and that, and you do the complete other. And this conversation is only really relevant to the individuals that have mastered remote sales or have gotten to a point where they can now teach, train, and duplicate themselves and starting to hire and train a sales team. If you haven't gotten to that point, again, there's levels to this. If you haven't gotten to that point, first, step number 1 is for you to get fucking good at sales. Is for you to be the person. Is for you to build your accolades. For you to keep leading from the front and figuring this out. Then once you do that, if you want and if you aspire to, that's when you want to start putting yourself in a leadership role where, again, you could train, you could lead, you could duplicate, you could definitely inspire the organization. And it's no longer just about you, it's about changing the lives of the other people that come into your organization. And that's when things really get rewarding, and that's when things really get fulfilling, because once you're looked after, once you know you're looked after and you're able to see the potential in somebody and see what they could be, right? See what they're able to do, and you give them the skills, you help them develop the mindset, and you take Johnny, I don't know a Johnny, but you take Johnny for example, who was nervous, shy, doubtful, had no salesman ability, no salesperson skills, and now he's able to earn $2, $3, $4, $5, $10,000 a month, and then he looks back at you and says, hey man, it's because of you I'm able to do this now, and I'm so thankful, I'm so appreciative. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's about. Helping the other people and making a difference in their lives and watching them change and watching them grow. So yeah, just my conversation for today. Somebody asked me, like, dude, you've been doing this for 5+ years. You've built big sales teams. Really, I don't think you still have to work like that. Like, why are you still putting in hours on the phone? Why are you still taking sales calls with customers? Why are you still doing that? And that's what inspired this conversation, was basically, I don't want to be a hypocritical leader. And I'm kind of weird, but I kind of enjoy it. I get a little high when I'm talking to a customer and I'm helping them make a buying decision and overcoming whatever objections they may have and helping them find the right solution for what it is, what problem they're trying to help solve. And then having my team watch and training on it. And I think it's just habit. My daily method of opportunity for literally the past 5 years was from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. follow-up calls. I'll take a break. Then from 12 to 1, more follow-up calls. Then from 2 to 4, more follow-up calls. 5 to 7, follow-up calls. And then 7 to 9, follow-up calls. And in between those times, so you get the point. I'm just wired to operate like this after so long, and it's a system, right? Save yourself time, energy, and money. I know if I do A, I'm gonna get Z, and I've just been doing this for so long that it just happens like clockwork. So yeah, guys, that's just my 2 cents on what I wanted to share regarding leading from the front and doing the right thing and inspiring your team.